And your forecast is truly artistic?
Well,
I like it.
Yeah, I know you do. You love it.
Warm.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, this is disgusting. I mean, it's November. You know, this is Minnesota. We should have cold, snow.
Kevin and I decided we're going to rent a snowmaking machine and come over to your house and just spray your driveway someday.
Well, you know, keep it off the driveway. But no, I mean, after all, this is ridiculous. We've got to get some winter in here. Doesn't look that way, though. The atmosphere is not cooperating. I'll tell you why in just a moment. Right now, let's take a look at today. Our high was 44, 34 the low this morning. Actually, 39 this afternoon was as high as it got. 44 was earlier today, much before we got up. 0.03 of an inch of precipitation in the past 24 hours. Sunrise tomorrow will be at 6:55 in the morning. We'll set at 4:58 tomorrow night. Right now, we have cloudy skies, 35 degrees, winds northwest at 14 miles an hour. Dew point 22 degrees, giving us a relative humidity of 59%. Pressure rising right now at 29.86 inches of mercury. Temperatures certainly weren't rising, especially in north-central Canada, way up in the Northwest Territories, down below zero. Zero's in central Canada, and as, of course, the air mass progressed farther south, we had temperatures which rose, although in the Rockies, in the Great Basin, temperatures in the 20s. In Nevada and parts of Wyoming and Colorado. Here, temperatures just about normal for this time of the year, but the abnormal is headed our way once again. We have a view from space which shows a storm center which is now moved way off to the northeast, and the perimeter of which just circles Minnesota and Wisconsin. We see that these clouds are going to continue to follow the lead of their parent system up here and move away. High pressure to the west is going to dominate our pattern for the next couple of days, and the flow behind it and around it is going to mainly be from the southwest. And that's the culprit in bringing in warm temperatures back again. Temperatures up near 50 toward the end of the week once again. Low temperatures at night in the 30s, but still way above normal for this time of the year. 14 degrees this morning at Alamosa, Colorado, home of Adams State College. You learn so much on this program. Up to 87 degrees at Palm Springs this afternoon for the nation's official high. The most rain the past 24 hours at New River, North Carolina, out of a storm center which is centered over South Carolina, circulating moisture off the Atlantic. 1.5 inches of rain there. The least rainfall the past 6 hours at Cincinnati. They had 1/2 inch of rain there. Travelers advisories remain for the Cascades of Washington and Oregon, and in the Olympic Mountains of Washington State too, for heavy snows out there. Snow falling from western Montana back through the Idaho Panhandle and Washington State too. The only weather of any major consequence, except for some winds at Rollins, Wyoming. 52-mile-an-hour winds this afternoon. Goodland, Kansas also picked up 49-mile-an-hour winds with the circulatory patterns colliding, the one around the high right here and the storm center which is the north of us, and this pressure gradient existing here back in the Plain States going to continue to make things rather windy, maybe pick up our winds too later on in the week. And anyway, the rainfall around here just is to the south of us right now, down around Des Moines, and some heavier rains, as you can see, in the Ohio River Valley. 27 right now at International Falls, and 57 by contrast, the warmest we can find in 11 country right now, down at Sioux Falls, 37 at Bird Island, and 36 in Rochester at this hour. Tomorrow, high pressure will take over, and look at this flow pattern, all the way from the southwest to the northeast, going to warm us up considerably the next couple of days. Take a look at the forecast for tonight. Mostly cloudy, 24 to 29 for lows. Winds northwest to west at 10 to 15 miles an hour. Then tomorrow, clearing to partly clear, 37 to 42 for highs. Winds west to southwest, 10 to 15. Election day. No excuse to stay home. Mostly sunny skies, 48. Partly clear Wednesday, 49. Thursday, showers of rain, 50 degrees. Oh, gosh. Can't take it.
How long do you think it's going to last, though?
Well,
I mean, is November, is it going to last through February, or are we talking maybe...
I certainly hope not. Hard to say.
Okay, thank you. 5 years ago. It seemed like that long ago, but it is.
Yeah.
It is warm. You got a very nice forecast. That's very nice.
That's your version of it. I think I'm going to go up to Wall Road and Devil's Lake. They had 25 for their highs today, yeah.
Is it snowing up there?
No. No, there's no precipitation anywhere around, not our part of the country. But we had a high today of 44, which is much too high, and 33 was the low this morning. 0.03 of an inch of moisture the past 24 hours. I know I'll get it later in January and be tired of it. 6:55 the sunrise tomorrow, 4:58 tomorrow night for sunset. Right now it's cloudy with 33 degrees, winds northwest 16 miles an hour. Dew point 20 degrees, giving us a relative humidity of 58%. The pressure rising right now at 29.91. Rising will be the key word this week as temperatures continue to rise, as they will push farther east, the higher temperatures. We expect temperatures up near 50 by Thursday. And the view from space tonight does show massive clouds over the northeast, and this is where most of the rainfall is occurring right now, with the press of cooler air against the unstable air moving out of a storm center, which is over North Carolina. The most rain in the past 6 hours has been at New River, North Carolina, 1 1/3 inches of rain compared to the ½ inch at Buffalo, New York in the past 6 hours, the least amount reported in that time period. The storm is still tracking off to the northeast, and of course, as it has, our winds have died down considerably, but more winds are going to be coming in from the west as warmer air moves in from that direction. 14 degrees, the nation's official low at Alamosa, Colorado this morning. Certainly not warm, but the daytime highs out in the west, all the way from the Rockies westward, will be in the 60s and 70s even, and part of that will reach us by midweek or toward the end of the week. 89 degrees at Fort Lauderdale this afternoon. They shared that with Hollywood, Florida, and that's south of this frontal line here, a stationary front with the cooler air to the north and warmer to the south. Windy conditions across the Central Plains gave 55-mile-an-hour winds to Elk Mountain, Wyoming, between Laramie and Rollins. Also 50-mile-an-hour winds at Cheyenne and Cody, and Scottsbluff, Nebraska, in the Panhandle out there. So it's been very spring-like because the dry winds are warm, and that's what's going to be our situation the next few days. As I mentioned to Kevin, no moisture in our area whatsoever, none even on the Pacific coast, except a storm moving onshore, which will give some snow to the Cascades of Washington and Oregon, but that hasn't reached them yet. The heaviest rainfalls, as I mentioned, in North Carolina, and also all the way across the Appalachian Range and back into upstate New York. The temperatures tonight around 11 country, 25 at Williston, the coldest we can find, 35 reported Rapid City right now, 34 in Bird Island, and 27 in Alexandria, 30 degrees reported at Duluth, 26 right now, International Falls, 27 at Grand Forks and Fargo, 45 in Des Moines, and a 35-degree reading down at Mason City, with 37 at both La Crosse and Madison, and 40 degrees over in Green Bay, 34 at Eau Claire at this hour. The map tomorrow will be very nice for us. The clouds will move out, with the storm continuing to track farther east into Labrador and Newfoundland, and we expect that the warm air is going to be the result of the flow around these high-pressure systems here, and a little warm wave will move out of the west and continue to parade farther north and east over the next few days. Election Day should be a spectacular day. Clear skies, temperature around 50 degrees. We'll get to the forecast in just a moment. First want to see the upper winds. Mostly this week will be traveling from, as I mentioned, the southwest to the northeast, the main jets of air which bring us our temperature conditions for the week and for whatever period of time they want to bring them. We'll be back in the forecast in just a moment. Well, if you're in Alaska anyway. Those upper level winds, the jet stream that dictate our temperatures, are going to be moving very strongly from the southwest to northeast the next couple of days, and so we can expect almost spring-like conditions again. The forecast for tonight, though, is for mostly cloudy skies, not a spring-like 24 to 29. Stop applauding, Kevin. Winds northwest to west at 10 to 15 miles an hour, and then clearing to partly clear, 37 to 42 for highs tomorrow. Winds west to southwest at 10 to 15 for Election Day. No excuse not to get out and vote. Mostly sunny skies, 48 degrees. Partly clear skies on Wednesday for 49 degrees for a high, and possible shower or two on Thursday with 50 degrees, but no mention of snow, and I know you like it and everything, but gee.
Well, no, boy, it gets cold here for 2 or 3 months. It really gets cold.
Yeah.
So,
5 or 6 months.
yeah, 5 or 6 months. So let's hang on to it.
All right, if you want it.
Thanks, Bear. We appreciate that.
Thanks,
We do.
Barry.